TUNDRA Super Late Models series getting ready to roll trackside. Again, today's action is brought to you by our friends at Great Lakes Testing over in the Dick Trickle Pavilion. Hopefully you guys are having a great time. They're going to have a band afterward down in the pits. You're all invited to come down and hang out and enjoy some music. Carly is going to be waiting for you, and she's a very friendly person. She can't wait to see you. Randy Allison Draney behind the wheel of that stump Ford Pace vehicle, going to pull into the pit area. Heat race number one will be ready to roll. Tim Springstrode leading him down as we turn him loose. Couple of the warm-up laps coming up. All right, we'll slow back down and we'll stack him back up. Field lines up like this. Tim Springstrode, 36 to the outside, the 91 of Mickey Shelley. Row number two on the inside, going to be the 79, or excuse me, he'll be on the outside. Inside, that's the 7. He's from West Bend, Tundra rookie contender Mitchell Haver. To his outside, I've been waiting for it, now I can say it. He's out of Wimberley, Texas, 79, last year's rookie of the year. That's Barrett Polimas. Row number 3 on the inside. Second year with the Tundra Series of the 56. He's out of Wausau. That is Cole Goralski. And making his Super Late Model debut today, the 17. He's out of Seymour. That's Isaac Terrian. 8 laps coming up. Heat race number 1 for the Tundra Super Late Model Series. Led to green by Tim Springstrode and Mickey Shelley. Here we go. Springstrode taking off on the inside, leaves that bottom line open for Barrett Polimas, who quickly was able to shake Mitchell Haver. Down to the inside, Polimas a little bit of a bobble, gets sideways again, coming out of 4. Here comes Shelley charging back on the high side. There'll be a high side hustle to the second spot, at least for the line for Shelley, but Polimas able to pull even once again. Polimas made his Super Late Model debut here 1 season ago. Finished 9th behind the wheel of that Casey Johnson Racing 79. Battling for second at the moment. Terrian getting a little sideways. Nice save there. 17 will gather it back up, and he'll race on. Now it's Polimas in a second. He'll see if he can set his sights on Springstrode, who's got himself a pretty healthy margin as we come back to the line with 5 to go. Cole Goralski may be thinking about getting ready to make his move right now on the 7 of Mitchell Haver. They'll cruise into 3 and 4. Haver still holding court. Make that the battle for the 4th spot as once again Goralski takes a peek down to the inside. Can't make the move. Haver holding on. Haver's got some laps here in a late model, but first time here in a super late today. Back up front, that lead is starting to shrink as we see Polimas starting to close in. Springstrode gets a little sideways off of 4. Springstrode jumps up to the high line, looking to take off on the outside. He does gain a little bit of ground back on Polimas, but that lead is continuing to shrink. Now the question is, will Barrett Polimas have enough time? Down to the stripe, 2 to go. Polimas ready to go on the attack. Springstrode going to leave the inside line open for Polimas as they cruise down the backstretch. Nose is there. Now he's to the door, and here comes Barrett Polimas trying to wrestle the lead away down on the inside here in heat race number 1. White flag flies. It's 1 to go. Polimas by a nose at the line. Springstrode trying to launch off that second turn. He does. He's able to charge back ahead by about a half a car length. One more swing by Polimas down low. Springstrode trying to hang on. They get very close. Do not touch, though. It'll be a drag race down to the stripe, and Polimas will take the win. Quite the battle between those two drivers as Barrett Polimas closes in late and fires his way past Springstrode. It'll be a win in heat race number 1 for the driver out of Wimberley, Texas. Hey, coming down the front stretch, why don't you give him a nice little wave? How about it for Barrett Polimas? Got you folks watching here on Pit Road TV. Great to have you for the free preview. This is the Bears 66 presented by Great Lakes Testing, the Northsider VP in North Appleton, Fairways Lawn Care and Landscape, as well as Kroll's West of Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin. Thank you for watching here on Pit Road TV. If you're just watching the live preview, you can go to Pit Road TV right now, get a subscription. Each and every TUNDRA Super Late Model Series race in this 2023 season will be broadcast live for you on Pit Road. That goes for you folks in the stands here. If you can't make your way to an event, you can watch it on Pit Road. Pace car going to find a spot. Means we're going hot. Warm-up laps coming up now. Slow the field back down. We'll stack them back up. These are your faster qualified TUNDRA Super Late Model Series drivers getting ready to roll. Points on the line in this race, and as close as our points race gets, at the end of the year, every single marker counts. Just ask Justin Mondyke how that went last year. Needed each and every point to surpass Dalton Zier that final day at Dells Raceway Park. Dave Sankey out of Rockford, Illinois, up at the flag stand. Sounds like we may have an issue with the light. Yellow.
Are you able to reach inside there and turn the yellow off? Because we can.
So we have a situation. The button on the yellow is broken, so it is permanently turned on at the moment. We are trying to turn it off, and then we can control the lights from up here in the tower. So that's currently what we are trying to do. Boy, I'll tell you, if it isn't weather, it's got to be something, huh? I'm just waiting for like an alligator to fall from the sky at one of our races. You know, like a hurricane or something. Maybe a deer runs out onto the racetrack. Hopefully not while there's cars out there. You know, just, it's always got to be something, doesn't it? Maybe somebody shoots a confetti cannon at the wrong time.
Can't you override it from up here?
Again, you're watching the free preview here on Pit Road TV. Excellent coverage provided by Dan and Steve here at WIR. We are trying to get the yellow light to shut off. We have an issue up in the flag stand. So once we are able to do that, obviously we can get going. All right, it is off. No, now it's back on. Now it's off. All right, perfect. Oi! Takeover Racing Series. It'll be fun, they said. All right, here is heat race number 2 for the Tundra Super Late Model Series. Andy Monday and Jeff Van Oudenhoven are going to be the front row. Monday, of course, the 2017 WIR champion. He'll be running for a Tundra championship this season with Mark Eswine as his teammate. On the outside, the 45, Jeff Van Oudenhoven, he said this year they want to make another run at that WIR championship here on Thursday nights. That is their primary goal of Team 45. Came close last year, but Dalton Zero was the one that ended up as the titleist. Chad Butts, he was second in the red, white, and blue standings here last season in that 8 car. He'll be team driving with Brazen Bennett this season. Brazen will take half the load and Chad will take the other as they race his teammates for Tundra. And then on the outside, Jeff Storm, he is getting ready for that Tuesday race in August. Wanted to come here and said, hey, this is a great time to get some laps on this 25, see what we got. I would suspect that's what this guy on the inside, number 3, is doing as well. That's Jeremy Lepak in the 40. Had a pretty fast hot rod all day long. Into the outside, Grant Griesbach, who was our runner-up in Thursday night points here 2 seasons ago in that red GT17. Behind them in row number 4, he's going to come back to full-time racing here at WIR on Thursday night. It's a bit of a surprise, but great to see. Jordan Thiel out of very nearby Darboy. It is outside the 52, the Brock star, Brock Heinrich, who is always happy to be back here at WIR. He's going to be starting from the front row alongside the 47 of Maxwell Schultz a little bit later on. All right, let's get this heat race in the book so we can get to feature time. 8 laps coming up here, and we are green. JVO and Andy Monday have obviously raced head-to-head here many a time at Wisconsin International Raceway as they go side-by-side down the backstretch, and JVO trying to emerge on the high side. Monday not going to let him get away that easily, but JVO like a rocket ship out of turn number 4. He's got the lead. The Rockstars making some moves toward the back as well. He'll get around Jeremy Lepak, take a peek to the outside of Chad Butts. All this happening behind Grant Griesbach, who's got his hands full with Jeff Storm. Little tap on the backside of the GT17, trying to open up the inside line. Furious racing here in the heat race so far. Storm down to the inside. Griesbach with oblige, lets him go, but then fights back on the outside. How many times have we seen that here at WIR? You think you got the advantage on the inside, and then away goes that outside line. As Griesbach tries to hold on. Stormy a little bit of a slider. They go side by side down the front stretch. Toe-to-toe they continue to go as JVO stretches out the lead over Monday. His advantage a little bit larger over that battle for the third spot, which now seems to be settled as Griesbach tucks back in front. Storm got a little touch on him, though. Griesbach might have got back in line just a little too quickly. Nevertheless, they race away, and now here is Brock Heinrich, who is charging through this field. Remember, he started way in the back. He's already past 3, and he's starting to size up both Storm and Griesbach to the line this time. It's going to be lap number 5, 3 to go. Stormy thinking about a way to get to that bottom line. Griesbach not letting him get there. They have stepped away from Heinrich just a touch, and he'll try to reel him in one more time here as Monday has also closed the gap on Jeff Van Oudenhoven. Storm peeks to the outside. Bit of a bobble there by Heinrich. Thiel had a look to the inside, decided against it as Heinrich was correcting. He got a bit sideways, and Thiel wanted to give him some space. White flag flying this time. It's 1 to go for JVO. See if Monday's got a little late magic up his sleeve in the 10 as he's about 6 car lengths behind. Gonna need one Herculean effort through 3 and 4 to get it done. Doesn't look like he'll have it though. Checkered flag flying in the heat. It's gonna be JVO with the win. Plenty of intrigue throughout that one. That battle between Griesbach and Storm was a pretty good one. Griesbach gets the edge. He'll finish. Third, second spot goes to Andy Monday. And our winner of the fast heat for the TUNDRA Super Late Model Series in the Van Heuvel Electric Bay Area Granite and Marble, number 45. How about a nice round of applause for Jeff Van Oudenhoven? Final of the preliminaries rolling out next is the TUNDRA Super Late Model Series Fast 5 Dash. Your 5 fastest for 5 quick ones here around Wisconsin International Raceway as the Stump Ford Pace vehicle pulls them out of the front stretch. These drivers have already accumulated their points through qualifying. Justin Mondyke, 44, last year's TUNDRA champion, will be leading him to green alongside Sawyer Efforts, the Maverick, in that black and yellow number 2. Couple of the warm-up laps coming up first, though. We'll slow the field back down this time, and then we'll put them back in a side-by-side formation, ready to roll for the TUNDRA Super Late Model Series Fast 5 Dash. I believe this will bring an end to the pit row free preview as well. So if you're watching on here, this is your last chance, last one to see before we shut you off and then head into the features here for the Bears 66. By the way, very cool. We got Dalton's here with an in-car camera. We're watching him, so if you are here on the grounds and you want to go back and watch that Pit Road TV rebroadcast, this is some stuff that would have made ESPN jealous back in the day. Probably still would. It's great coverage from Pit Road TV. As Justin Mondyke and Sawyer Efforts get ready to lead the field to green. Colin Refner in the 87. How about Lightning Lowell Bennett, second fast qualifier today in the 2. And, of course, Zier, quick qualifier from the back in the 119 as we set them loose. Screens out. Efforts trying to do what we see a lot of drivers do here on Thursday nights, and that's take off on the outside. Mondyke says, no, not so fast, though, as he charges back on the inside. He'd love a dash win here. Mondyke, Efforts scraping the wall just a little bit. Mondyke's got to lead by a nose. Justin Mondyke now taking the lead away. Efforts will settle back into the second spot and think about going on the attack as he is right on the backside of the 44, going into 3 and 4. Taking a peek to the inside again. Starting to get a nice run. Mondyke's got a mirror full. Colin Refner also up into the mix in the 87. Another one of his favorite racetracks right here, Wisconsin International Raceway. We're riding along with Dalton here in the back as he closes in and takes a peek to the inside of Lowell Bennett. Down to the stripe this time, 4 and 2 to go. Mondyke continuing to show the way over Sawyer Efforts and the rest of the pack. And now Mondyke able to stretch it out to about 2 car lengths over Sawyer Efforts, who backs up just a little bit. Might be getting ready to see what he's got for feature time. Maybe he'll make a final run here. We'll find out. What a go. Efforts may have his hands full with Colin Refner in just a tick, but just as I say that, Efforts launches off of 2 and gets some separation. Not much cooking here as they come out of turn at number 4. Checkered flag flies. Efforts does dive to the inside, but Mondyke will hang on. Didn't want to make it too easy on him, did the veteran racer here at WIR. Sawyer Efforts says, hey, watch this at the end of the race. Gave Justin Mondyke a little something to think about, but right now he's thinking about a fast 5- win. And that Aqua Finance Agri Industries number 44, the reigning TUNDRA Super Late Model Series champion. How about a nice round of applause for Justin Mondyke?